Why does Bitcoin have value? Bitcoin, BTUSD, is often referred to as digital currency and an alternative to central bank-controlled fiat money. However, the latter is valuable because it is issued by a monetary authority, backed by a government, and widely used in an economy. Bitcoin's network is decentralized, and the cryptocurrency is not used much in retail transactions. One can argue that Bitcoin's value is similar to that of precious metals. Both are limited in quantity and have select use cases. Precious metals like gold are used in industrial applications, while Bitcoin's underlying technology, the blockchain, has some applications across the financial services industries. Bitcoin's digital provenance means that it might even serve as a medium for retail transactions one day. Why traditional currencies have value? There are 6 key attributes to a useful currency: scarcity, divisibility, acceptability, portability, durability, and resistance to counterfeiting, uniformity. These qualities allow a currency to find widespread use in an economy. They also limit monetary inflation and ensure that the currencies are secure and safe to use. Currency is useful if it works as a store of value, or, to put it differently, if it can reliably maintain its relative value over time. Throughout history, many societies used commodities and precious metals as methods of payment because they were considered to have a relatively stable value. Mobility and exchangeability. Rather than carry around cumbersome quantities of cocoa beans, gold, or other early forms of money, societies eventually turned to minted currency as an alternative. The first such currencies used metals like gold, silver, and bronze, which had long shelf lives and little risk of depreciation. Value assignment. Assigning value to currencies is a matter of debate. Initially, their value came from intrinsic physical properties. For example, gold's value comes from the cost of extraction and certain qualitative factors, such as luster and purity content. Historic money valuation. The idea of a currency's value began changing in the 17th century. Prominent Scottish economist John Law wrote that money, currency issued by a government or monarch, is not the value for which goods are exchanged, but the value by which they are exchanged. In other words, the value of a currency is a measure of its demand and its ability to stimulate trade and business within and outside an economy. This thinking hews closely to the modern credit theory for monetary systems. In this theory, commercial banks create money and value for currencies by lending to borrowers, who use the money to purchase goods and cause currency to circulate in an economy. After countries abandoned the gold standard in an effort to curb concerns about gold supplies, many global currencies are now classified as fiat. Fiat currency is issued by a government and not backed by any commodity, but rather by the faith that individuals and governments have that others will accept that currency. In the modern age, government-issued currencies often take the form of paper money, which does not have the same intrinsic scarcity as precious metals. For a long time, the value of paper money was determined by the amount of gold backing it. Even today, some currencies are representative, meaning that each coin or note can be directly exchanged for a specified amount of a commodity. Today, most major global currencies are fiat. Many governments and societies have found that fiat currency is the most durable and least susceptible to loss of value over time. The value of fiat currencies is a function of their demand and supply. The US dollar is considered valuable because the world's biggest economy uses it, and it dominates the flow of payments in international trade. The value of digital currencies. Any discussion about the value of Bitcoin must address the nature of the currency. Gold was useful as currency due to its inherent physical attributes, but it was also cumbersome. Paper money was an improvement, but it requires manufacturing and storage and lacks the mobility of digital currencies. The digital evolution of money has moved away from physical attributes and towards more functional characteristics. Here's an example. During the financial crisis, Ben Bernanke, who was then the governor of the Federal Reserve, appeared on CBS 60 Minutes and explained how the agency rescued insurance giant American International Group, AIG, and other financial institutions from bankruptcy by lending money to them. Puzzled, the interviewer asked whether the Fed had manufactured billions of dollars. That wasn't quite the case. So to lend to a bank, we simply use the computer to mark up the size of the account that they have with the Fed. Explain Bernanke. In other words, the Fed manufactured US dollars through entries in its ledger. This ability to mark up an account exemplifies the nature of currencies in their digital form. It has implications for the velocity and use of currencies because it simplifies and streamlines transactions involving them. Why does Bitcoin have value? Bitcoin does not have the backing of government authorities, nor does it have a system of intermediary banks to propagate its use. A decentralized network consisting of independent nodes is responsible for approving consensus-based transactions in the Bitcoin network. There is no fiat authority in the form of a government or other monetary authority to act as a counterparty to risk and make lenders whole, so to speak, if a transaction goes awry. Cryptocurrency does display some attributes of a fiat currency system, however. It is scarce, and it cannot be counterfeited. The only way that one would be able to create a counterfeit Bitcoin would be by executing what is known as a double spend. This refers to a situation in which a user spends or transfers the same Bitcoin in two or more separate settings, effectively creating a duplicate record. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.